Vasporio was flying around aimlessly.
Why do I have to keep flying around here? It's so boring. Nobody ever visits Beetlefield anymore,
he thought to himself.
Well, at least the Lord pays good trow for what's basically nothing. At least it's easy money. Still, boring as all.
His thoughts were interrupted by something, or, to be more precise, by two things.
Do my eyes deceive me? This is impossible.
Vasporio stood still in the air, while focusing on the two bugs that had just come out of one of the tunnels that led to the city.
Ants? In Beetlefield? What in the Queen Hornetta's name is going on?
Vasporio was astonished by the presence of two ants, as it was well known around Castana that the Anthill Kingdom has closed its gates a long time ago.
The Lord. He had to know that at some point something important was bound to happen here in Beetlefield. That's why he had me, Great Vasporio, have the duty of watching over Beetlefield. I have to inform Lord about this. Wait. Those blades they're carrying. No. Could they be Ozara's feather blades?
Vasporio shook in excitement as he recognized the fine craftsmanship that only Ozara's feather blades possessed.
Oh, Lord Caesar will be very happy to hear this news. Very happy indeed. Great job, Vasporio. He will praise me, and I will finally gain the respect I deserve from the other wasps. I, Great Vasporio, will finally have my incredible talents recognized,
he told himself as he flew away from the city and towards the kingdom of Hornest. The present Beetlefield was nothing like it was in the past. In the past, the Beetlefield was the most popular tourist place in all of Castana. Bugs all around Castana would constantly visit Beetlefield, not only because of the beauty and uniqueness of the houses the Beetlefolks lived in, but also because every major event was always held in Beetlefield, as it was the only place in Castana that had structure both inside and outside the Castanean Holy Tree. Thus, it could both hold the events that were inside, such as the Ultimate Showdown, and the events that occurred outside, such as the celebration of the Bear's birthday or Ozara's defeat parade, that was held each time the Great Knights successfully repelled Ozara's strike. The present Beetlefield, however, was a lot more shallow, and the streets felt a lot emptier. The only bugs around were pretty much just the Beetlefolks, who went outside their houses less and less as the doomsday was approaching, and the knights were nowhere to be seen. The most common bugs to be outside were those who did not have a home to begin with, the bugs who had lost everything, or didn't have anything to begin with. Beggars. But with nobody leaving their houses, there was nobody to give to the beggars. Thus, it was not uncommon to see a shallow corpse of a beggar who starved to death on the corner of a street. The view had severely disturbed Antonio and Nathan. Antonio, because he had never imagined Beetlefield to be this depressing, and Nathan because, well, the Beetlefield he once knew was nowhere to be seen. It was only a shell of its former self. What the hell happened to this place? Nathan asked himself, confused and enraged by what he was seeing. I did not imagine this place to be like this, Nant, Antonio said in a sad tone. It did not used to be like this. This place was full, cheerful, colorful, happy. This is not the Beetlefield I once knew. Young ants, please, a drow to spare, please, a sad, weak female voice begged Antonio. It was an old-looking ladybug. She caught Antonio by one of his legs to draw his attention, then continued to beg him for trow, which Antonio did not have. You have come from afar, haven't you? I know you must have a trout to spare? Please, I haven't eaten anything in days. Nathan, hearing this, turned around and said, Antonio, I know it's a sad scene, but we do not have enough trout for ourselves, let alone a beggar. Nathan stopped and looked closely at the ladybug. She was a weak-looking, purple ladybug that looked to be slightly older than him. Wait, no, it couldn't. That you can't be. Nathan stared, but was caught off guard by the beggar's widened eyes that stared directly at him. Nathan? The beggar let out. Dara? Is it really you? Nathan could barely recognize the lady he once knew. Nathan. Tears formed in Dara's eyes. Dara? The ladybug you told me about? Antonio could not grasp the sudden situation that was unfolding. Please, Dara cried. Come with me. I'll help you as much as I can, Dara, Nathan said. Antonio could feel how disturbed Nathan was. I can barely stand, Dara mumbled. I'll carry you to the nearest place that has food. Come on, he said and lifted Dara's fragile body. Come on, Antonio. If I remember correctly, there should be a restaurant nearby, closed, Dara said. The nearest open store is Gregor's place. It sells some cheap food. Nathan stood silent for a few moments, trying to remember where he needed to go. Then he started rushing in one direction. Antonio followed him without asking anything. He knew it was not the right time for that. After a minute of hurrying, the three bugs made it to Gregor's bar. Inside, it was pretty empty. The only customers were two evil guards, probably waiting for their shift, and a single lonely dung beetle. Gregor! Nathan yelled. Well, I'll be damned! The old cockroach appeared out of nowhere. Ain't it Nathan the sturdy? Where did you crawl out of? What, the old anthill's fallen, or what the heck are the two ants doing in this rotten place? No time, Gregor. We'll catch up later. First, bring her something to eat. She's starving. I only accept trout, mate. Up front, Gregor said. One cannot trust bugs these days. Nathan suddenly pulled his blade and put it up Gregor's neck. I did not ask. Whoa, chill, okay, I got it, just put that thing away. Gregor raised his top four legs up. Nathan put the blade away, and Gregor went somewhere to get the food. Antonio was really shocked by this move Nathan made. He started to ask him why he did what he did, but Nathan predicted his question and answered immediately. We only have 4 trout left. Besides, Gregor's a rich, stubborn old fool. He can afford to give a sandwich or two for free. Antonio kept looking at Nathan with a disappointing look in his eyes. When he saw this, Nathan added, I know, but don't worry. I'll give Gregor something he values far more than trout. A few seconds later, Gregor came with 2 wooden plates, with a single leaf crumb sandwich in each one. Here! He threw them at Antonio, who caught them. Antonio, Dara, sit down. They're both for you, Dara. Eat it while I talk with Greg here. The two did what Nathan told them, and when Nathan made sure Dara started eating, he turned towards Gregor and told him, Listen, sorry about that, but we both know those sandwiches cost you nothing. But still, I owe you one, so I have something more valuable to give you, the trout or two. Oh yeah, and what is it? That blade, perhaps? What's that? Can be Ozara's feather, can it? The blade is none of your business. What I am offering, however, is info. Info?
What info could you possibly have that would interest me?
Gregor laughed. Perhaps that of why a soldier and a worker ant appeared in Beetlefield out of nowhere, Nanton replied.
Ha! Do you really think I care about that?
Oh, come on, Greg. I've seen the streets. I know nothing interesting is going on around here anymore. We both know that.
Ah, I give up. You're right.
But make sure you tell as many details as you can, or I'll regret wasting the little time I have left here with you. Gregor gave in. Don't tell anyone, but we're on a mission, directly ordered by Queen Elderanta herself. A secret mission, Nanton exaggerated.
Go on.
Gregor's interest was piqued, and he seemingly forgot all about the incident from earlier. We have been ordered to search and find. Nathan turned left and right, acting as if he was checking if somebody was listening to them, even though the bar was pretty much empty.
For the knights. Ha! And here I thought you were serious for a second, Gregor laughed.
I am being serious, and we will find them, be that the last thing I ever do. And yes, those are, in fact, Ozara's blades.
Whoa, that is something, all right. Worth 2 worthless sandwiches, that's for sure.
Ha ha ha. Gregor seemed satisfied with what he was told. Antonio, who was sitting with Dara, glanced over at Nathan and Gregor, and saw Gregor laughing. That made him feel relieved. Looks like Nathan knew what he was doing after all. Nathan then came to the table the other two were sitting at. Dara was just finishing the second sandwich when Nathan sat down. She looked at him with eyes filled with tears.
Thank you. Thank you, Nathan. You saved me.
I couldn't let a person I know die. A stranger, I probably could, but someone I know, even though we did not really get along. You don't deserve such a cruel fate, Nathan told Dara. Nathan then searched in his bag for something for a few moments. He pulled out the remaining 4 trao and put them on the table. Here. It isn't much, but it's everything I have with me. Take it. You need it more than we do.
Are you sure?
I mean, if it's everything you've got, then use it wisely, Nathan interrupted her. I do, however, ask for a favor, he added.
Well, what could I possibly help you with?
Dara asked, confused. I'm searching for Hercules. Is he still around?
I'm not sure. The last time I saw him was 4 or 5 seasons ago. He does have a house nearby,
Dara said after a few moments of thinking about it.
You'll take us, there.
Okay. Do you wanna, go right now, or? Antonio? Nathan looked at the young ant. Fine by me. Let's go then, Nathan said, and the three headed out of the bar. On the way out, Nathan stopped for a second and said, Thanks, Greg. If I'm ever around again, I'll pay a proper visit, old fool.
Heh.
Gregor couldn't help but grin. A few minutes after the 3 bugs left, the lonely dung beetle that was sitting in the corner of the bar came up to Gregor and put 5 trao on the table. Were those what I think they were? The blades? Gregor hesitated for a moment, then said, Yes, Ozara's. Thank you. The dung beetle nodded. Then it too left the bar.